Very good evening, guys. Good afternoon. How are you all doing? I hope you all are doing wonderfully well. And this is your session number 3, and I'm your tax faculty CA Pratik Vinay, and I welcome all of you to Zest Learning. How are you all doing, guys? I hope you all are doing wonderfully well. Am I properly audible and visible? Ashima ji, just confirm so that we can start with this session number 3. Confirm, Ashima ji. Who all have started watching, just say hi to me so that I can give a shout out to you and we can start with this session number 3. Lot of knowledge in store in this session for you all. Yes, sir. Is it all perfectly set? Shall we start? So as I had promised you in the end of the last session that we will be doing now one question based on 9-5, that's a CA final question asked in November 2018. Are you ready for it, all of you? Yes. So our class has URP, understanding, retention, as well as presentation part of it. Understanding part of it is done. Retention part we are working on daily basis. And now comes the presentation part. So first tell me whether you understand this question. Let's go through it. All of these things required for you will be uploaded in your Google Drive. Okay, the soft copies will be uploaded in the Google Drive. And if you're new to the channel, guys, I'm quite sure you have subscribed to the channel and you have hit the bell icon so that you don't miss out on any such videos in future. Okay, so see, Mr. Sanjay of New Delhi made a request for motor cab to super ride for traveling from New Delhi to Gurgaon. So Mr. Sanjay of New Delhi seems to be recipient of supply. He has made a request for motor cab to super ride for traveling from New Delhi to Gurgaon. Traveling from New Delhi to Gurgaon. After Mr. Sanjay pays the cab charges using his debit card, he gets details of driver Mr. Joravar Singh. So Mr. Joravar Singh seems to be supplier of services of motor cab. Mr. Sanjay seems to be recipient of supply, and Super Ride is an mobile app owned and managed by DT Limited located in India. The service, the application Super Ride facilitates potential customer to connect with a person providing cab service under the brand name Super Ride. DT Limited claims that cab service is provided by Mr. Joravar Singh and hence he is liable to pay GST under provisions of GST law. With reference to provisions of IGST Act, determine who is liable to pay GST in this case. Tell me, would your answer be different? First tell me, who is liable to pay GST in this case? All of you tell me, and tell me that you are going in which section, subsection. Yes, Ashima ji, you're thinking as per which section, subsection. I would be interested to know that because you might end up doing a small mistake. That's what I think. It's a bit of googly. Very good. You are saying Super Ride. So Super Ride is actually name of the app. Who is managing the app? DT Limited. So can I say DT Limited is ECO? So can I say DT Limited will be liable to pay GST? Ashima, that is the mistake. You will not apply 9-5. You will apply 5-5. Now why 5-5? Because location of supplier, okay, is in different state and place of supply is in different state. Getting it? Place of supply, it's a interstate. From New Delhi to Gurgaon he is traveling. So it is 5.5 of IGST Act. According to 5.5 of IGST Act, the liability of GST will be of Mr. Of DT Limited. Is it clear to you? Yes, sir. Understood. Would your answer be different if DT Limited is located in New York? So friends, if DT Limited, that is the ECO, is located in New York, then it will be liability of, yes, it will be liability of representative of that ECO in India to pay GST. If there is no representative of DT Limited, then it will be liability of the person who should be appointed as a representative for the sake of paying GST. Clear? Yes, sir. Absolutely. So see, step by step solution, and you are supposed to present this solution immediately in your notebook. You will say that solution for question based on 5.5. Okay, so I'll tell you first point. As per section 5.5 of IGST Act, in case of certain notified services supplied through an ECO, it shall be liability of such ECO to pay GST to the government. For this purpose, service of motor cab is notified. Okay. Therefore, in given case, for the interstate supply of service of motor cab via ECO DT Limited by Mr. Joravar Singh, the liability to pay GST is that of DT Limited. The contention of DT Limited that it is not liable to pay GST as supplier is Joravar Singh is not correct. Further, even if DT Limited is located not in India but outside India, then it shall be liability of representative of such DT Limited in India to pay GST. Did you get the point? This is first proviso to section 5.5. Moreover, if there is no representative of DT Limited in India, then DT Limited shall appoint a representative in India for purpose of paying GST, and it shall be liability of such appointed representative in India to pay GST. Did you follow it, all of you? Yes or no? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So can you please present these 6 points? Start doing it. As you complete first 4 points, let me know by saying D in the chat window. Then I will go ahead and show you the next 2 points. I am 100% waiting for you to complete. You will say D in the chat window when you want me to scroll ahead. Who is on to which point now? Okay. So scrolling down. So now complete the entire solution and say D in the chat window. You must be doing this in the sums notebook. It's okay even if now this you forgot to do in sums notebook. It's still okay. But from next time onwards, all of you remember that you will be doing, you know, sums in the sums notebook. Which notebook you are doing it in? Ashima ji? Continuously. I'm reading your. Oh, nice. You're doing in sums notebook. Wonderful. Really nice. Just waiting for your D in the chat window. Yes, now Ashima, you're on to which point? Okay, fantastic. Complete it. And I hope all recorded batch students are also systematically maintaining both the notebooks, provisions and concepts and sums notebook. So this was the first sum in your sums notebook. Till now we had been discussing a lot of provisions with lot of examples. So provisions and you know it's simple understanding based examples. Let them go in the provisions and concepts notebook and let the exam sums and module sums that we do, let them come up in the sums notebook. Yes. So you are saying done. So I think we should go ahead now. Going ahead, friends. Now, so can I conclude like this? You tell me. Can I conclude like this for section 9? In your provisions and concepts notebook, you can write as per section 9, liability to pay GST to government, liability to pay GST to government, can I divide in three categories? First category, supplier, that is your forward charge mechanism discussed in 9.1. Second is recipient of supply, can I call it RCM, reverse charge mechanism, discussed in 9.3, 9.4 of CGST Act. And lastly, liability of e-commerce operator, 9.5. Yes, so once you complete it, say see in the chat window. Yes, so now friends, I want to explain you how dual model works. How dual model works. How dual model works in GST. Can I explain you that? For that explanation, I need to first recollect with you section 49.5 of CGST Act. Just I have to give you background of that to explain you how dual model works in GST. So how 49.5 of CGST Act is placed? What is 49.5 of CGST Act? It is utilization of input tax credit, isn't it? It is utilization of input tax credit to pay output tax, isn't it? So of course we'll be doing it again as we go ahead, but at this juncture also it's important to tell you these things. So it is to be read with rule number 88A of CGST rules 2017. Okay, so which all ITCs you can have, if you are a registered person in GST. You can buy the goods within the state, you can buy the goods from outside the state. If you buy the goods from outside state, you will be having ITC of IGST. If you buy within state, you will be having ITC of CGST and SGST. Of course, if you are in Union Territory, that SGST will get replaced by UGST or UTGST. So now, where to use these ITCs? These ITCs are to be used only and only to pay output tax. If you observe in your index, in your section wise index, if you observe what is section 49, you will find 49 is utilization, 49 is payment of GST. Now in this 49 comes 49.5 utilization of ITC, finally for paying what? For doing what? To pay output tax. Did you understand my point? So it is 49.5. You will first use ITC of IGST. First use ITC of IGST to pay output tax of IGST. And if you have balance, then utilize it to pay output tax of CGST and SGST in any order. By the way, in any order and any proportion. But first, exhaust entire ITC of IGST. Are you getting this? You're using these ITCs to pay output taxes. Clear till this point, Ashima ji? And this is bit of revision also of your intermediate level. Then you will touch ITC of CGST. ITC of CGST will be first utilized to pay output tax of CGST and balance, if any, to pay output tax of IGST. But no ways you can use ITC of CGST to pay SGST. Is it 100% clear to all of you? Finally, touch ITC of SGST, use it to pay output tax of SGST and balance, if any, to pay output tax of IGST. But no ways you can use it to pay output tax of CGST. Is it 100% clear to all of you? This sequence of utilization of ITC to pay output tax, is it clear? Because based on this, I want you to explain something. That's why. Please understand one thing. Exhaust full ITC of IGST, then only touch ITC of CGST and SGST. Is this note absolutely clear to all of you? This is first note I wanted to tell you. Secondly, if ITC of both CGST and SGST is available to pay output tax of IGST, then first exhaust ITC of CGST. Is it 100% clear to all of you? And it will keep on getting clear as in future we solve sums on this. We have to solve many sums, like 10-15 sums minimum on this we have to solve. Not today, but in future. Shall we go ahead? Say D in the chat window once you complete this. Now I want to cover for you one amazing question in which your dual model will get clear. The concept of dual model with logic will get clear. But I want you to say D in the chat window. Yes. Let's go ahead. See, this is a CA final question. Let's read this question. It's okay even if you don't write this question, don't write the question, don't do anything. we will keep on writing facts of this question in your notebook. We'll keep on writing facts of the question. Okay, so let's write the facts of the question. Let's read it. Let's try to understand. A makes intra-state supply of goods valued at 50,000 to B within state of Karnataka. So friends, A has made intra-state supply of goods for rupees 50,000 to B within the state of Karnataka. So can I say that A has sold goods to B? A was in Karnataka, B was also in Karnataka, and value of supply is rupees 50,000. So far so good? Yes sir. There is no ITC balance available with A. B makes interstate supply to X Limited located in Telangana after adding 10% as its margin on the value of goods excluding taxes. So friends, can I say that B has sold goods to X and X is in Telangana and that supply is for 55,000. How did I understand 55,000? 50,000 plus 10% profit margin, isn't it? 50,000 plus 10% profit margin. And finally, what they are telling you, thereafter, X Limited sells it to Y in Telangana after adding 10% as his margin. So can I say that X has sold to Y, Y of Telangana? Take on your calci 55,000 plus 10%. Can you tell me what is 55,000 plus 10%? Tell me. Many things depend on this. How much you are getting? 55,000 plus 10% of 55,000? Are you getting 61,500? Oh, 60,500. My bad. Are you getting 60,500? Yes. Let's read further. Assume that rate of GST chargeable is 18%. That's it. Rate of GST is 18%. Every person in the aforesaid supplies are registered. You have to calculate. You have to calculate tax payable at each stage of the transactions detailed above. Wherever ITC is available and can be utilized, calculate net tax payable in cash. At each stage of transaction, indicate this is main for me. At each stage of transaction, indicate which government will receive the tax paid and to what extent. Did you understand? Friends, here A is in Karnataka, B is in Karnataka, which GST will be chargeable? So friends, there will be CGST, there will be SGST. At what percent? At 99% each. Can you calculate 50,000 into 9%? CGST, what you are getting? Are you getting 4,500 each? of CGST and SGST? On 55,000, first tell me, are you getting 4,500 each of CGST and SGST? Yes. Then tell me, when B of Karnataka is selling to X of Telangana, there will be IGST. This IGST at 18% will be how much? Please calculate 55,000 into 18%. Tell me, I'll be happy to know that figure. Is it 9,900 friends? Yes. And finally, on 60,500, see this X is of Telangana, Y is also of Telangana. So CGST, SGST at 99% each on 60,500. So what is 60,500 into 9% each? Are you getting 5,445 each? Have you all got it till this point? What I am trying to tell you? Have you understood till this point? Can I go for net GST payable? Yes, sir. Let us go for net GST payable. So who all are paying GST in this case? A, B and X. A, B and X. So can I do like this? Particulars A, B and X, all figures in rupees. Can you tell me what is output tax? What is output tax? For A, the output tax will be of CGST and SGST. For B, the output tax will be of IGST. Again for X, the output tax will be of CGST and SGST. So can you explain me everyone's output tax? For A, the output tax is 4,500 each. For B, it is of IGST 9,900. For for X, it is 5,445 of CGST and SGST. Have you all followed this? Tell me. This is your output tax. Now comes B point, less input tax credit. Can I start with ITC? Now friends, this A doesn't have any ITC, putting 0, 0. But B has ITC to claim. B had paid to A C and SGST of 4,500 each. Now that's where your knowledge comes into picture. ITC of IGST is to be first exhausted. B doesn't have any ITC of IGST, but B has ITC of CGST. Yes, sir. And B has ITC of SGST of 4,500 each. So he will use that to pay output tax of IGST. Do you agree with me? Yes, no. Can I go to C? No, not C. Can I go to X? Yes, no. So friends, X has paid. X has paid to B the IGST. How much? 9,900. Isn't it? That 9,900 can be utilized to pay output tax of CGST and SGST equally. So this was utilization shown for B. This was utilization shown for A. Now I am showing utilization for X. X is using equally. How? 9,900 divided by 2. How much you are getting as 9,900 divided by 2? Just tell me. Are you getting 4950? Check and tell me. Yes. 4950. 4950. Put it in bracket and now tell me friends, what is your net GST payable in cash? What is your net GST payable in cash? For A, it is 4,500 each of CGST and SGST. For B, it is 900 rupees of IGST. Do you agree? And for X, do 5445 minus 4950. How much you are getting? Are you getting 495 each? Yes or no? Yes, sir. Now friends, can you please take total of all this for a moment? And can you tell me what is the total of all this? 4,500 plus 4,500 plus 900 plus 495 plus 495. So what is total GST collected by government? Let's try to calculate. 9,900 I am getting plus 495 plus 495. 9,900 plus 95 plus 4. Are you getting 10,890? Very good. So can you tell me eventually what was GST burden on Y? What was GST burden on Y? Can you do 5445 plus 5445? 5445 plus 5445. You will be getting 10,890. Exactly. Did you understand? All of you? This was burden on Y. But this was collected from A, B and X. Did you all get the point till this? If you are done, say C in the chat window. Because this is not the end. This is the beginning of this question. Okay, this is the beginning of this question. Why I'm calling it beginning of this question? Because I have to prove now something to you. So I'll be waiting for your C in the chat window. This typical chain we had proved yesterday also. Yes, sir. Now what I want to prove? I want to make government accounts. I want to make government accounts. Which government accounts are involved here? Let's try to understand. Which government accounts are involved here? Let's try to understand. CGST, SGST. This first SGST, if you agree, it is of Karnataka. This last SGST is of Telangana. Do you agree with me? So CGST, SGST, IGST. So accounts involved are CGST, SGST, IGST, again SGST, this SGST of Karnataka, this SGST of Telangana. Do you all agree with me on this? Shall we go ahead and discuss? So friends, when A sold goods to B, how much was paid in cash by A? When A sold goods to B, how much was paid in cash by A? CGST was 4,500. Karnataka's SGST was 4,500. Do you agree with me, all of you? So if our B was end consumer, then in CGST account we would have got 4,500. In SGST account we would have got 4,500 and the transaction would have been completed. Dual model. Half would have gone to central government, half would have gone to state government of Karnataka because B belongs to Karnataka. Did you get my point till this? But that is not the end. B has sold to X. When B sold to X, how much was payable in cash? Yes, when B sold to X, how much was payable in cash? Tell me. Are you with me, all of you? When B sold to X, payable in cash for B was IGST of 900. Wonderful. IGST of 900. But B used ITC of CGST to pay IGST. Do you remember? This exactly is transfer of credits. So what will happen? From here 4,500 will be reduced and here 4,500 will be added. This is transfer of credit. This is done by government. And then what else he did? He utilized ITC of SGST to pay what? To pay IGST. So what happened? From Karnataka's SGST, 4,500 is transferred to IGST. No longer this amount belongs to Karnataka state government because now the goods are utilized in the state of X, and X is in which state? X is in the state of Telangana. Did you get the point? So now, what is net position? Net position is in CGST, there is nothing remaining. In HGST, there is nothing remaining. In IGST, they have got 9,900. Did you all understand till this point? If if no further transaction would have taken place, then out of this 9,900, half would have gone to central government, half would have been transferred to state government of Telangana, because X is in Telangana. Did you get it, Ashimaji, till this point? Let me know in the chat window quickly that have you understood till this point. Yes, no? And now, finally, what happened? Finally, your X sold goods to Y. When X sold goods to Y in cash, how much is deposited by X? Check. How much is deposited in cash by X? In CGST, 495, and in SGST, 495. So let me put 495 in CGST. Let me put 495 in SGST of Telangana. Agreed? This is SGST of Telangana. Don't forget. And this is CGST. Getting it? And this is your IGST. Now what happened? He utilized ITC of IGST to pay both CGST and SGST. Do you remember that? How much he utilized? Full 9,900. So 9,900 will go away from here. It will go away from here and it will be transferred in CGST and SGST. So how much? Can you do 9,900 divided by 2? How much was utilized? 4950. So 4950 here, 4950 here. Can you tell me please what is now net position? Net position, nothing is there in IGST, and in your, tell me how much is in your CGST? 495 plus 4950. Are you getting how much you are getting? Are you getting 5445? So 5445 is there with CGST and 5445 is there with SGST of Telangana. Did you understand? Dual model. Half is with central government and half is with state government of Telangana. Do you agree? And ultimately, your Y was in Telangana, consumption took place in Telangana. This way, nicely dual model takes place. Are you happy? Have you understood this whole concept systematically? Yes or no? So friends, I hope you have followed this very well. I'm quite sure about this. Wonderful, wonderful. So I thought that, uh, being a student of GST at final level, you should have this knowledge in the beginning only, that how dual model takes place. Clear? So on exceptional basis, can I stop the session earlier because I don't want to disturb you, okay, beyond this for today, because today I want you to be absorbing all these things that we have done in first three sessions. Yesterday we had done one session and today we have done further two sessions. Lot of basics of GST we have discussed. I think value of supply we should start fresh tomorrow. Agreed, all of you? So friends, I am quite sure that at Zest Learning, you are enjoying the sessions. I am 100% sure about that. How you are finding the sessions, please do mention in the comments and do follow session 4th onwards, which will still continue on YouTube channel itself. You know the name of YouTube channel, CA Pratik Neve. Do subscribe to the channel, do hit the bell icon so that you don't miss out on any sessions. We are going to come up with lot of stuff for CA Final IDT. Okay, and yes, soon. Yes, absolutely, Ashimaji. Just do that as well and ask your doubts if any. So yes, do keep this channel subscribed. CA Pratik Neve, it's very important channel for all of you. Do comment on how you found the session, and this is our contact number for inquiry of the lectures for CA final. After few sessions on YouTube, we are going to shift to our app where again you will be able to access lectures live, as well as you will get recordings, unlimited views, validity of about 1 year. So we are determined to make your journey of CA final, as far as IDT is concerned, very simple for all of you. Thank you so much. I'll see you in next session. Till then, keep studying, keep smiling. God bless you all. Bye bye.